friend, you is there?
Hello!
I was wondering if I could borrow your account for that TDS video. I think it's that time, if you don't mind. So yeah, in this video, I just kind of... I borrowed my friend's TDS account. I just kind of messed around with the event towers there because I've never properly used them before. Like the really old ones, like Slasher and Commando. So I just kind of messed around with the event towers, and I want to just give my opinion on them after actually using them because I have not used them. And so this video is about that, and I hope you enjoy, and leave a like if you enjoy, and yeah. Alright, so the first thing that I wanted to try on my friend's account after borrowing it was, I wanted to see how Slasher was, because all I've heard is that Slasher is really bad. Which is fair because of how his fucking stats are today.
Hell no, man.
And he's not really that, like, terrible either. Like, yeah, sure, he's not as good as, like, any other starters that you would use typically, such as, like, Golden Scout, Gladiator, or, like, fucking Toxic Gunner, but still, I still think you can have some fun with this tower. Fortunately, he has no pierce, but the knives that he do throw pierce, which somehow makes sense. You can't stab someone at point-blank range, but once you throw the knife, you can just suddenly pierce just 4 enemies. And, I mean, at least it's ship damage, nonetheless. And you're not really wasting any money on him, because he's not that expensive in the first place, so I think he's a really fun tower that you can dick around with, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about Slasher. All I really did was just do a normal Fallen run with a couple of the things I don't have, such as, you know, the Pumpkin Mini, the Ghost DJ, and then the fact that I'm a woman now. So for the next test, I wanted to just see if Polluted Wastelands 2 is beatable with randoms, with using this abomination of a fucking loadout. Even though I did 3 runs of this, I'm only gonna show one of them because the other 2 sort of followed the same process for early game as this one, and I'll just quickly go through them. So it was basically just put down B-Man, everyone falling, Cowboys, or any other early games. We leak, I try to upgrade B-Man, we fail, and we die. No, other than the fact that it's just a normal polluted game with, you know, Commando and Swarmer, and not much really happened past the, you know, the surviving the initial 10 waves on this map, so I won't keep it too long, but one thing I do want to add is playing with Commando during this match. I could see why he's definitely bad. I think he's got like a really bad cost efficiency, judging by, you know, 16,000 damage and like, you know, maybe 66 DPS. It's better than nothing, but still, it could be better. But one thing I do think that he does have going for him is his range, which is okay, and the fact that he also has some sort of rockets, which are some splash damage, but it's the same splash damage that Pursuit had when fucking Solar Eclipse was around. So we're just gonna go on to the next and final test that I wanted to do, which I think it's a bit more interesting. Alright, for the final thing I wanted to do, I wanted to do Pizza Party with the Frost Blaster and Commando, because I just thought it'd be kind of cool using these towers, because I've never really used them before. And I'll be honest, the game outcome didn't really wasn't changed like drastically because of these. Both of these towers have terrible cost efficiencies and don't really make up for anything else. Like, you know, Commando, like I said, he makes up for his range and the tiny amount of splash he has. And Frost Blaster, I'd say you don't really waste too much on him, and also the fact that he is like a support tower kind of and a damaging tower, so I don't think he's too bad in that regard. But still, not much was really changed about it. But I did enjoy playing with these towers. I think they were really fun, and I feel like the way you could improve them is just kind of by improving what is bad about them. It's pretty straightforward, but you know, the balance changes came out today, and honestly, I feel like the way that these balance changes were, I don't think they were good at all. But I do think that like some of them were definitely great, I'm mainly focusing on the golden ones, and I'll get into that on another video. But overall, I think this was a pretty fun play session. Thank you, Jade, for allowing me to use your account. And yeah, this is where I would put the towers on the tier list. I think that this is a pretty good ranking, at least from the tests that I did with them, and you know, the stats that I'm looking at, and you know, the ways that I can see how these towers would be useful. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you have a good day, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it, and leave a like.